Hi everyone, welcome back to Miller Music Studios. Today we're going to learn Suzuki, lesson number 83. Long, long ago is our song that we're perfecting. And we've already learned how to play the right hand alone. The left hand is blocked chords, hands together with blocked chords. And now we're going to learn the left hand as written. But we're not just going to play all the individual notes. That's very, very busy. We're going to think of the chords, the blocked chords, but we'll play it as the bottom note, top, middle, top, which is called Alberti bass. Okay, let's get started. You know how to find middle C, and we go to the C below middle C, and we put our 5, finger number 5, on that C. And you know how we were playing C major, and when we changed to the G major, we move 5 and 3 over to B and D. And when we play the G7, we have 5, 2, 1 on the B, F, G. Now, when we look here at our page, I've literally made blocks around each blocked chord. So instead of thinking C, G, E, G, C, G, E, G, see how many notes there are to think about? We're going to call out the name of the chord and have our hand in that position, and then we'll use this fingering, 5, 1, 3, 1, or in the case of G7, 5, 1, 2, 1. All right, let's get started. So here's our hand position. Here's our C major. And the first time what I'm going to do is play it looking at the notes, because we're also learning to sight read. So we have C major, C major, C major, C major, G major, G7, C major, C major. Second line, C major, C major, C major, C major, G major, G7, C major, C major. Third line, G major, G major, C major, C major, G major, G major, C major, C major, C major, C major, C major, C major, G major, G7, C major, and a 5 on C, rest. Very good. Now looking at my hand. All right, let's begin again. I'll call out the chord names. 1, 2, ready, let's go. C major, C major, C major, C major, G major, G7, C major, C major. Second line, C major, C major, C major, C major, G major, G7, C major, C major. Third line, G major, G major, C major, C major, G major, G major, C major, C major. Last line, C major, C major, C major, C major, G major, G7, C major, and C, rest. You know, another way that you might find even easier is to say C major once, twice, thrice. Well, what would you say for 4 times? All right, first, second, third, fourth, something like that. Here, let me do that with you, okay? So we have C major, twice, thrice, 4th time, G major, G7. Now we have 2 C majors, once, twice. That was the whole first line. See here, look at the second line. We have 4 C majors, and we have G major, G7, 2 C majors. All right, let's call them out. Second line. C major once, twice, thrice, fourth time. G major, G7, C major once, C major twice. Now when we look here, we have 2 G majors, 2 C majors, 2 G majors, 2 C majors. All right, let's call that out. So we have G major once, G major twice, C major once, C major twice, G major once, G major twice, C major once, C major twice. Now the last line, again, we're going to call out once, twice, thrice, fourth time. And then G major, G7, and C major only once, and a 5 on C. All right, let's do it. C major, once, twice, thrice, fourth time. G major, G7, C major, 5 on C, and rest. Well, that was fun, wasn't it? All right, so you know your right hand. You know your left hand. You know them together blocked, and you know your left hand sort of just by feel. C major, C major, C major, C major, G major, G7, you know. There's muscle memory. That means if you play it enough times, your fingers just know where to go. So keep practicing, because what are we going to do in the next lesson? We're going to learn to just play it as is. If you're going to perform it, or when you are going to perform it, that's how you're going to do it. That's how we're going to do it in the next lesson. So happy practicing. Here's your kiss.